Hello, everyone, and welcome. Phil here, live on the stream. How you guys doing? It is Tuesday, September 4th, 2018. Ladies and gentlemen, we have opened the floodgates. Officially today, we open the floodgates of the busy fall gaming season. Even though, technically, it's not fall yet. Yes, fall actually will not start for another couple of weeks here. However, this week, we begin with so many new releases, so many new games coming out to delve into, all right? And hopefully, my friends, this means that you guys will be reinvigorated for gaming. I'll be honest, this summer has been a pretty dead summer when it came to games. It's always usually a dead summer. For whatever reason, almost no new games get released, and the few that get released usually either don't get a lot of attention, or in this case, this summer, were pretty disappointing with a game like We Happy Few, okay? So, welcome, my friends, to the first major game of the gaming season. It is Dragon Quest XI. This is definitely going to be interesting for multiple reasons. First of all, it's a high-profile, new release JRPG, and typically I don't really play a lot of these. When I do, I have to balance it with a lot of other stuff because my viewing audience, quite admittedly, is not in love with JRPGs like I am. Like, if it were my decision, I'd probably, not even kidding, I'd probably be playing these almost consistently. I love JRPGs. They're the ultimate kind of chill games, especially turn-based JRPGs where you don't really have to pay attention to the combat that much. It's a lot easier to just run through and, interact with the stream audience and just relax. That's how I used to play JRPGs, is I would relax and play them while I was doing something else or whatever. And I really love them. I grew up with them. I grew up with games like the Final Fantasy series, Chrono Trigger, Suikoden, and the like, Wild Arms. And then, later on, before I ever started on YouTube, I played games such as Lost Odyssey, Blue Dragon, Infinite Undiscovery, and the Tales of Vesperia. 4 different franchises that I really enjoy. And now, now that I live stream daily, I found, like I said, that sadly these games don't retain much viewership. So I try to do them every once in a while when I get a chance. Now, I'm very happy because I finished up Persona 5 during the summertime. Thank God. It took forever, but I finally finished it. And I get to play Dragon Quest XI as a new release, which is pretty, exciting. I never played a Dragon Quest game before for the internet. I have played many of them in the past. Basically, all the ones that were ported to handheld systems. And I played them on both the Nintendo, the Game Boy Advance, as well as the Nintendo 3DS. So, whatever. Well, I think it was actually my old regular DS, not my 3DS, if I remember correctly. But yeah, this is going to be exciting. I've heard many positive things about the game. Most people are praising the heck out of this game, saying it's one of, if not the best Dragon Quest game of all time. Now, that is high praise. Dragon Quest has been out for quite a long time. In fact, Dragon Quest predates Final Fantasy. You guys might not realize that. But Dragon Quest has been out longer than Final Fantasy. I actually remember in the 1980s, it was my cousin, his name was Steve, had an NES. I didn't have one, and he brought it over to my house, and he was playing Dragon Warrior, which was what they called Dragon Quest back then in the United States. And he was playing it. I was like, wow, this is an interesting game. Look at the variety of enemies you fight in this turn-based combat, and, it was really cool. And that was actually my first exposure to RPGs, was Dragon Warrior. Okay? Pretty sweet. So, yeah, like, I have history with this franchise. I'm very excited to see what they've done with this new one. Obviously, with modernized graphics and everything, it should be pretty damned awesome. Today we'll be playing this for about 4 hours, and I am going to be doing it as my highlighted stream tomorrow as well. So listen, I understand. Maybe you're a viewer of mine who likes everything I do, but JRPGs aren't your thing. You're kind of bored by them. Well, I'm going to be playing this as the main stream for 2 days, and then we're going to be flipping over to other stuff. So don't worry. This is definitely going to be a game that I'll be playing as a more chill stream over the course of the next couple of months. And I mean that. Like, I know the game's going to be super long, and I know there's no way I'm going to wrap it up quickly, so this will probably be a game that maybe like twice a week we do as a nighttime stream, just to get some advancement, and it may take a while to beat it, and that's okay. It may take, maybe we'll be playing this till the end of the friggin' year. That's alright. that's kind of how I want to approach it. I don't want this to be a game that I feel pressure that I have to finish it right away, and it says I won't be able to because of all the new releases, then I drop it or anything like that, okay? I much appreciate any of you who will be checking out this game over an extended period of time. I mean, how many people liked my Persona 5 playthrough, but look how long it took to finish, right? Let's hope we don't get any issues like that, guys. I'm seriously hoping we don't get any issues where I have to stop playing because I'm getting copyright strikes and shit. I mean, we'll see what happens, okay? But I'm excited. Let's see how this goes, all right? Actually, hold on 1 second because I feel like I'm about to sneeze. I'm going to go grab a tissue quickly here. Oh. Oh, man. Phew, okay. Much better. Like, I seriously felt like something was in my nose tickling me, and I was about to sneeze at any moment, so I wanted to run over and take care of that quickly. Alright. Alright, so that's today. Dragon Quest 11. I'm excited. Tonight, some more Street Fighter 5. As you guys know, the past few weeks, I've been playing this game pretty consistently, at least a couple times a week. This week, due to the high frequency of new releases, I'll only be playing it once. But I'll be probably using more Akuma and just seeing where we go from there, see if I can learn a little more. It's still baffling me. I still haven't seen Abigail in fucking Street Fighter 5. I haven't seen Manat. There's still like 2 or 3 characters I haven't seen at all. No one apparently is using these characters. And I'm like, that's so bizarre to me. That's so bizarre that there's characters I haven't seen yet in the game. I don't know. Anyway, Street Fighter 5 later tonight. Tomorrow, more Dragon Quest. Alright. And then tomorrow night, I'll be doing 2 hours of Dark Souls 3. I am in the Ring City DLC, FYI. So, I am nearing the end of the game. There's pretty much not much else to do besides finish up the Ring City DLC and then the final boss, Soul of Cinder. So, I've pretty much whipped the ass of Dark Souls 3 at this point. I even beat Nameless King yesterday, which was pretty great to finally get my revenge on him. It was great. So, yeah, more Dark Souls 3 tomorrow night. On Thursday, I'll be trying out the Battlefield 5 beta. All right, for the first time. We'll see how that is, and if I like it, then I'll probably pre-order the game. I haven't yet. And then on Friday, the big day for this week, in my opinion, Spider-Man from Insomniac Games. I'll be playing it all day, a double stream of Spider-Man on Friday. Okay? And then that'll take us into next week. You know, next week we're going to be balancing Spider-Man with some Dragon Quest, with other stuff. So it's going to be fun. All right? Good stuff. And I hope you guys are excited. You know, now that we're finally entering the new game content for 2018's, busy fall gaming season. I hope people are excited that every week, pretty much, we're going to have new releases coming out. We're going to have special events that I'm going to be holding. It's going to be a great time. It really is. Okay? Alright, outside of that, I'm trying to think if there's any new announcements or anything I really have to talk about. Not really that I can think of. Everything's been going pretty good. Excuse me. I mean, everything's been going pretty good as it can go. You know, you guys have been very supportive on streams. Yesterday was a really great day where you guys came out and were very supportive of everything I did yesterday, which was amazing. Thank you guys for that. I'm hoping to keep that momentum going throughout the entire fall. Regardless of the fact of that, on YouTube, I still continue to make nearly nothing every day. Like, no lie, every day I make, like, almost no money on YouTube. I don't really care anymore. Like, for me, my attitude is I need to just focus on the streams. There's nothing I can really do on YouTube at this point to make anything better. You know what I mean? Like, the videos are now the longer format everyone's always wanted. Most series have thumbnails. I've basically made all the changes you can make, and even though I am seeing positive sub growth, I am seeing my engagement go up. My revenue is in the toilet, and I don't know if it's ever going to turn around. All right, but I don't really care. I'd rather be here on stream with you guys having fun and focus on these fun interactive streams rather than constantly be worrying about how YouTube's going to go. All right, but that being said, you know, YouTube was a major part of my income, and it looks like moving forward it probably isn't going to be anymore. So I'm going to be, basically leaning a lot on Twitch income in order to make ends meet. Okay? So that being said, there are many ways that you guys can support the effort for me to continue to be able to do this as my job. All right? Allow me to explain. You know, I've been a content creator for 10 years. This is my 10th anniversary this month of me just sitting down, filming my television screen when I played Star Wars The Force Unleashed, making my first gameplay video with commentary ever 10 years ago. And boy, has things changed in 10 years. In 10 fucking years, the whole world has changed, quite frankly. But it's been a blast. And I love doing it. I know, I love hanging out with you guys every single day on stream. I hope you guys obviously love to hang out here with me either, or you wouldn't be here, right? And that being said, let's talk a little bit about the ways you can support. First of all, watching the content, right? Watching the streams, watching the YouTube videos helps, okay? And spreading the word, letting people know that my stuff is entertaining to you, that it's fun, that it's chill. It's not like what a lot of negative people like to say about me at all. All they do is they focus on the highlighted negative moments instead of the actual entirety of the content, which is actually quite interesting and fun per most of the feedback that I get. Okay? So, please spread the word. That's number one, how you can help. But outside of that, if you want to go above and beyond just being a standard, you know, stream viewer or video watcher, how can you help? Let's go through some of the ways. You can check out my Patreon at patreon.com/darksidefil, where your pledges will earn you perks every single month. This month, if you pledge $5 or more, and if we hit the subs goal, which we'll talk about in a moment, and by the way, we're getting very close to hitting it, you'll be nominating and voting on horror games for an upcoming Halloween horror marathon. If we hit further sub goals this month here on Twitch, you'll also be nominating, or excuse me, you'll also be voting on the type of Halloween costume that I'll be wearing on Halloween, okay? You can get your answers, your questions answered. Boy, I can't talk today. You can get your questions answered on my bi-monthly Q&A show, Ask the King. You can get a private Q&A video made. Just give it a look. Patreon.com/darksidefil. Thanks to everyone who does contribute. I appreciate it. And, you know, it's a great way to support and get something back, right? You can buy something from my Teespring shop. I have a Teespring merchandise shop that just launched its 10th anniversary line of product. You know, 10 years as a content creator is a huge achievement, and I'm still going strong. Give it a look. Anything you buy helps me out, and you get a cool collectible, obviously. You can hear live on the stream if you want to get interaction with me. If you want to get me get a shout out from me live during the stream, okay? You can either cheer, sub, or tip. If you do any of those three things, you will get a verbal shout out from me during the stream. In particular, today's stream is a JRPG stream. So as long as there's no spoken dialogue being going on in a cutscene, there'll be very much big potential for interaction. I'll probably be talking with you guys a lot, okay? And getting a shout-out is a great way to guarantee that you're going to get that interaction with me. So, if you cheer, sub, or tip, you will be able to get a shout-out on the stream. Sounds good. If you follow certain criteria, you'll have a much higher chance that I'm actually going to give you, you know, a decent amount of time in the interaction that we have. The criteria are as follows. Please remain positive. Please don't bring in negativity. Please no insults to myself or others. No negative detractor memes or bringing up anything that's negative from those assholes out there who like to try to ruin everyone's good day, right? We want to keep the stream positive and fun and fast moving and entertaining and engaging and chill. We don't want to bring up drama and crap. There's plenty of other streams where people are always doing drama and insults and shit. We don't need to deal with that, right? For me, it's all about having fun with the game and then sharing that with all of you, okay? Also, please no religion or politics. I never talk about religion or politics here on the streams because they're very diverse topics, and I don't want people to start arguing with each other, okay? All right. If you would like to get visual recognition for your contributions today, you can do that as well. There'll be a cool animation that will play if you either do a 50-bit or more cheer in a single cheer, so 50 bits or more in a single cheer, or $5 tip or greater in a single tip, or if you click on the share button after subscribing to the channel. All those things will get you a cool animation to play on the stream as well, all right? As you guys can see, we got the stream stats leaderboard in effect at the top of your screens, okay? And it has all kinds of information, including the current running subs total, which we'll talk about in a moment, the top cheerer and the top tipper, all right? So, for those of you who are looking to get some extra recognition, if you're either the top cheerer or top tipper, I will be periodically updating that during the course of today's stream, all right? And then also, we've got the subs goal. Let's talk about that. The sub goal for this month, for September, is 525 subs. If this channel can hit 525 subscriptions at one time during the month of September, we'll be doing a Halloween horror event. All right? Very fun. I'll be doing a marathon of horror-themed video games on Halloween Day. I'll be dressing up in costume for that event, okay? So, please consider subscribing. This is a great month to do so. Not only will you be contributing to that monthly goal, but also you get access to all my fun emotes, which, you know, recently have been very pertinent because a lot of them are Street Fighter related. You can use them during my Street Fighter streams. Okay, you'll also get a cool Chat Crown loyalty badge, all right? Cool. All right. Also, we do have a tier 2 subs goal for this month, 550 subs. If we hit that, then I'm going to give people the ability to kind of choose the costume I'm going to wear for the Halloween event, and I'm going to decorate for Halloween. I'll actually get some Halloween decorations for the office here, and for the, you know, some of the month of October, probably like the last 2 weeks of October, I'll have Halloween decorations up in celebration. That'll be a cool thing too, all right? So, tier 1 subs goal, we're going to do a Halloween event, and I'll dress up in costume. Tier 2 subs goal, you get to help pick the costume, and I'll decorate the office, all right? So, let's get it going, my friends. All right, outside of all of that, the only other thing that I really have to talk about is right now I'm in a situation where for the next, I'd say probably week and a half, things are going to be very, very tight for me financially. And what I mean by that is normally around the 10th of every month, I get a payment from YouTube for, you know, what I've earned on YouTube for that month. And all my bills come due within the first 2 weeks of the month, so my bank account literally empties, and then this payment comes in on the 10th usually. That helps me out, replenishes the bank account so it could finish paying the rest of the bills. The problem is this month, I'm not getting that payment because YouTube disabled my advertisements on DSPGaming for 3 weeks. And that's their fucking fault. I didn't do anything wrong. They fucked up and internally had an error and flagged my channel for something that wasn't true. And took away my ads for 3 weeks. And it took them 3 weeks to stop dragging their feet and finally fix their internal error. So, now, of course, did they compensate me for that? Of course not. Why would they? They don't care. They're a giant company with 1 million people who upload videos every day, so the little guy gets stomped on, right? The problem is, I'm incredibly nervous that I'm done. Like, I'm not going to have enough money to pay my bills now. The good news is, I get paid by Twitch around the 15th of the month. And this month, I'm getting paid for my really good July performance. July was a very, very good month for me on Twitch. One of my best months ever. So, I think as long as I can make it to the 15th, I'll be alright. But I need to make it to the 15th without everything overdrawing and having bills unpaid. Because YouTube didn't fucking, you know, they didn't pay me for ads because they screwed me over. Alright? So, all that being said, how can you help? You can tip me. Alright? Tipping me will help me tremendously. If you tip me right now on the stream, I get that immediately. If you cheer or you sub or you do other things like Patreon or Teespring, those all help me out, but those have all kind of a delay. In fact, you know, cheering and tipping, I have to wait almost 2 months to even see any positive effect from those. But tipping, I get immediately. So, if you have the ability, if you like today, you want to support me in my streams and you can choose, please tip me. Tipping me would help me tremendously right now, and I really do need the help for the next week to week and a half until that Twitch payment comes through. How do you tip me? There's 2 ways. Number 1, if you look below the stream, there's a tip jar button. If you click on that button, you'll be able to leave, you know, a tip either anonymously, excuse me, or you can leave your name in a message if you'd like a shout out during the stream. If you don't see the tip jar button, then type !tip into the stream chat. That will bring up the command. All right, the command on which you can click on a link and in the stream chat, and it'll allow you to tip me via that method, all right? So please consider tipping me if at all you can. It is very, very appreciated, all right, if you do. And it'll help me out through this tough situation. Hopefully, once I get to the, like I said, once I get to the 15th, I get paid by Twitch, things will be much better. Won't have to worry about that shit anymore, but the thing is, we got to get there. You know what I mean? We got to get to that point. All right. All right, guys, outside of that, I'm trying to think if there's anything else. By the way, guys, please stop spamming the stream chat like small children with emotes. You're going to get timed out, okay? I mean, like, you can't do that, and you guys know that, too. Just because the mods are being kind of lenient doesn't mean that it's time to take advantage. Please stop doing that, all right? All right, let's see here. Okay, that's really it for what I have to say for pre-stream. I guess what we'll do is start doing shout-outs now for people who have contributed, okay? All right. All right, so first of all, overnight, there were a couple people who contributed. Shout out to Infinite55, who did a 300-bit cheer overnight, and also to Golden Colts, who swung by and did a 55-bit cheer. Always appreciative of people who contribute, but in particular, those who contribute when I'm not even live. That's pretty damned awesome. That people come by and swing by and, you know, contribute when I'm not even broadcasting. So thank you for that, guys, okay? All right. Now, for those who contributed during the stream so far today, all right, we've got Pro CFO, who cheered and says, your JRPGs are fun to watch, chill streams to have before the busy hardcore gaming season. Yeah, I mean, we all know that right around the corner we've got games like Spider-Man. I mean, October is going to be insane. Are you kidding me? Just think of Assassin's Creed and Black Ops 4, Red Dead Redemption 2, WWE, Soul Calibur 6. November is going to be insane with a bunch of the releases that are coming out in a short period of time. It's just going to be a really busy couple of months there. So this is kind of like the calm before the storm. We get to do a more chill, relaxed JRPG and enjoy a more, you know, relaxed atmosphere versus getting into the insane amount of chaos when we get into new release, juggling multiple releases, you know. I also like the fact that because this month is slower, I don't know how this worked out because it actually wasn't going to work out, but I already have a Patron's Choice playthrough lined up as well as a special event, a 10th anniversary retrospective event, for this month, lined up for this month. And this month already, like, there's going to be a slower second half of the month, and it's the perfect time to do those. So it actually works out the way that things have been going. That this month will have some hype stuff, but will be a lot more chill. Next month will be insane. October will be absolute insanity, so. All right. So anyway, you're the top cheerer. Let me get you up there on the leaderboard here. Oops. Oh boy, here we go again. Keyboard not working. Don't know what the hell's going on with this fucking thing. I don't know if it's just the signal isn't receiving properly or if the batteries, but I just recently changed the batteries out, so. Anyway. Thanos Swaggins tipped me $5. It says, thoughts of people complaining about Spider-Man getting a downgrade because of a single puddle being smaller than before. Even the devs had to come out and say there was no downgrade. I don't know why people wouldn't accept that if it made the game to perform better. Listen. Ladies and gentlemen, I hate to tell you guys this, alright? I really hate to tell you guys this, but you're going to have to understand something. E3 is advertisement. E3 is not an accurate representation of game development. It's not an accurate representation of a final product that you'll be playing. E3 is advertisement. It always has been, and it always will be. Alright? People have this really weird, lofty belief that E3, like everything you see at E3 is true, and it's all, you know, it's all 100% accurate, and, you know, no, it's not. How many times do we see, you know, at E3 they show this tech demo or they run this trailer for a game, right, that looks amazing, and then, you know, by the time the game comes out 2-3 years later or whatever, it looks nothing like that, right? But we all, I mean, you have to start expecting this. I don't know why people in 2018 are still so ignorant. It's like, you just woke up yesterday. You're like, oh, video games, what are those? Oh, you know, like, we all know when we see these tech demos at E3, it's not going to be the final product, you know? But people still believe that to some extent. I don't know why. So, you know, in the case of Spider-Man, the original tech demos that they were running and everything, made the game look amazing. Insane amount of you know, shader details and everything. You know what I mean? Like, it just looks amazing. And then the game comes out and it looks nothing like that. I mean, the base core gameplay is the same. You know, the premise of the game is the same. It just doesn't look as pretty. Well, what did you expect? You know, not every game can be an insane masterpiece when you want to have the kind of gameplay that people are asking for in this day and age, right? I mean, if every game was a Telltale game and there was, like, nothing going on in it, I'm sure that every game could look amazing, even though it's hilarious because a lot of Telltale games don't look amazing. But I digress. That's just a major criticism that a lot of people have had about Telltale games is nothing's going on in your fucking game. Why the hell can't you have good graphics, right? But yeah, like when you have amazing amount of action, interactivity, all these variables going on at once, how are you also going to have an insane graphical engine? And I'll give you an example here. If you take a look at a game like The Order 1886, this was a game that every time they showed it looked absolutely amazing. When the game came out, it looked amazing, but the game was a piece of shit. The gameplay sucked because the game was so limited, so it could look so pretty, right? I mean, what do you want? I mean, you gotta have some responsibility in the modern era to understand that, you know, when you're watching E3 or you're watching a fucking trailer, that it's an advertisement and it doesn't necessarily represent the final finished product. It even says, if you actually read the fine print of any of those things, it says this is not representative of the final finished product. Okay, it literally says that. But people still, oh, well, you showed me this at E3, no, it's not the same. Like, what the fuck? I'll be honest with you guys. If you guys remember, well, a long time ago at this point now, Watch Dogs. I was at E3 2012. I saw Watch Dogs in person at E3 2012, and it looked amazing. Then when the final game came out, it looked nothing like that. But it was the same game. It was the same core gameplay mechanics. And it was a fun game in my opinion. A little dry with the protagonist kind of being a silent protagonist that wasn't too interesting. But I really liked Watch Dogs, okay? Most people just shat all over it and said, oh, well, it doesn't look anything like it they showed at E3, so fuck this game, we're not playing it, it's a piece of shit. Like, what? Why are you so ignorant? I mean, seriously, it's just, how gullible can you be? When will you stop being a sheep and realizing that it's advertisement? Of course what they show at E3 is a glorified tech demo. And even it's hilarious, they say, oh, this is a live game running. No, it's not. This is a tech demo. This is something you pre-scripted. It's been pre-done. This is not a live fucking showing of the game. We're not stupid, you know? But people, I guess some people are. I don't know what else to say. How do you still believe this shit, right? So, you know, you see this gameplay of Spider-Man at E3. Wow, I'm drooling. It looks so amazing. The graphics. Just disregard that. Look at the game for what it is. Does the gameplay look good? Does the story look good? Does the premise look good? Because that's what you should be focusing on. Not, did the graphics look good? I mean, this is 2018, man. You gotta have some kind of air of responsibility here when it comes to what you're buying and what you're believing, all right? Sorry, maybe I'm just a more skeptical guy because I've been around the block. I'm a lot older than maybe a lot of the gaming audience at this time, but I don't believe this shit, you know? Wow, it looks amazing. Yeah, final game ain't gonna look like that. I just hope the game plays good, you know? That's kind of my attitude. So, there's all this hoopla. All this fucking hoopla that the graphics of Spider-Man have been downgraded or whatever. I don't give a fuck. If the game plays good and it has a great story and it's riveting and a lot of content, that's all I care about. I don't need to have fucking graphics that are going to blow me away. I really don't. I'll be honest with you. I've never been like a graphics guy. I mean, I play retro games half the time. I've been playing fucking old school games all summer. Do you think I complain about the graphics constantly? So for me, I don't give a shit, all right? Doesn't bother me, and I think it's hilarious that people let themselves get fooled by that shit, all right? Okay, let's go ahead and get Thanos Swaggins up on the leaderboard. Thank you for the $5 tip. That's the only tip so far for today. That does help me out tremendously, so thank you very much, Swaggins. All right, let's continue on. We have Ripley Atomic cheered. It says... Oh, hold on. He scrolled off the screen. He says, what pets do you hate more, ants or spiders? Then he cheered again and said, I mean pests. But if you want to do pets, that's okay. The problem with bugs is that they multiply. It'll be one thing, oh, I got a single bug. It ain't a big problem. But if you have a single bug and you leave it alone and it gets to food, then it's going to fucking multiply and then your house is infested. That's the problem with bugs. I have no problem with insects. I'm not... Like, some people are, like, creeped out completely by bugs because they look so different or they look so weird or whatever. They don't creep me out, but at the same time, like, I understand that they're a risk. Like, I feel bad if I see a spider in my house. I'm like, man, well, I gotta kill it. And the reason I say that, last year I had a plant. It was called, incidentally, it was called a spider plant, if you can believe this. And it was a nice plant, little house plant. Well, a spider apparently went in there and laid eggs. And one day I go to water this plant and I see it's completely covered in like microscopic spider webs and there's like thousands of tiny fucking spiders crawling all over it. I'm like, well, this is going to completely infest my house. So I had to take it outside and get rid of it, you know. And that's the problem with bugs. So no bugs really creep me out. Now, if you're talking ants versus spiders, ants will only really come in your house if they sense food out somewhere. All right, like if you have a bowl of fruit out and one of the fruits is like very aromatic, the ants might come into your house to try to eat the fruit. If you have bread or a pastry, something sugary, the ants may try to crawl into your house and they make a line. It's pretty weird how ants do it. They make this assembly line of ants coming into your house to grab the food and then go back to the nest. I've seen it before. I've seen it happen at my parents' house. And it's annoying because you got to then kill a million ants that are all in your fucking house, right? But it's very rare. Like, I've never really seen a big problem with ants. Then again, I always usually keep a clean house. Maybe if my house was dirty, I'd see more ants. But I really have never really had much of an issue with ants. Spiders can be really fucking annoying because spiders can be really dumb and sneak into parts of your house that there are no bugs. Like, I don't mind if a spider's living outside my garage or even in the corner of my garage. If it means that bugs that are sneaking into my garage, it'll eat them, right? But then spiders start coming into my fucking house. They're all over my living room. They're on the ceiling, Like, what the fuck, man? I can't have a house full of bugs, because then these spiders have webs and they start multiplying, and then next thing you know, your house is full of fucking spiders. So, for me, I think spiders are more annoying. In fact, out here in the Pacific Northwest, we get some pretty big spiders. If I see a spider, I don't kill it right away. That fucker grows. I mean, I've seen some giant spiders in my house before, and it's annoying. The good news is I've never seen any poisonous spiders out here. The spiders I have out here are just like, the kind that just eat bugs. They're not going to jump and bite a human or nothing, and they're not poisonous. But at the same time, it's just fucking annoying. So I would say spiders are more annoying to me. Okay, Kate has cheered. And she says, "Happy Taco Tuesday, Phil. Hope the Spider-Man hype is real. Did you hear about the Black DLC coming in October? The what DLC? The Black DLC. What's the Black? I don't know what that means. I heard that there's already DLC coming for Spider-Man like soon, and that's messed up because that obviously means the game should have had it in it. I never support DLC that comes out right after the game's release because that means it very easily could have been in the final game." And they're basically trying to nickel and dime the customer, all right? In fact, a few people have asked me, what version of Spider-Man am I going to buy? And I explained, I'm just buying the standard version because I'm not going to get burnt again like I did with Batman Arkham City, where I bought the fucking... Or, excuse me, Batman Arkham Knight, not Arkham City, Arkham Knight. Where I bought the season pass, and... literally, out of this, like, really expensive, I think it was $30. It was either 30 or $40, the season pass for Arkham Knight. There were only 2 pieces of content I liked, and the rest of it was all challenge maps and skins I didn't give a fuck about, and it was a waste of my money. Pretty annoying. So that's why I'm not going to be... I don't agree with DLC coming out right away after the release of a game. There should be some time lapse, and I'm not getting it for Spider-Man right away unless, if we play Spider-Man... this week, we play for the next couple of weeks. It's an amazing game. We're all blown away. You guys love it. I love it. And then a DLC is going to come out in October, and there's time to do it. Great. But I'm not going to be buying the season pass already and fucking making, giving them money they basically didn't fucking earn just because I buy into hype. I'm not doing that shit anymore, so. Your boy Jermaine cheered. He said some guy named Keviakage asked, what are your thoughts on everyone getting an early copy of Spider-Man? Dude, I'm not even going to... Everyone gets it now. Listen. Everyone gets early copies of everything now. Alright? Everyone reviews games early and everyone gets early copies of everything. You just gotta get used to it. This is the new normal. And I was always the guy that went... I was the guy who used to line up outside of GameStop on release day or release night if there was a midnight release. Get the game. Come home. Record it. Put the videos on YouTube right away. I was one of the first guys to have videos on the internet of every game. And I was one of the guys to have a full playthrough of every game up right away. Right? It's not even possible anymore because now the game industry has become inclusive and exclusive where they pick and choose their cookie cutter fucking content creators who they love, who basically are people who just kiss their asses and suck their balls, all right? And they give them free games early to do early release streams, early release reviews. This is just a norm now. This is the new normal, all right? So if you choose to go watch these people All right, go ahead. I'm not going to say don't do it, especially if you're super hyped for a game, but just understand what you are doing is you're watching a paid advertisement. All right, when you watch someone who's doing an early content of a game before it's out, that is 100% a paid advertisement because those people are not allowed to say things about the game because it's before the review embargo or whatever. All right, and understand that you're basically lining the pockets of that streamer or that content creator because they're just doing it for money. They get the games early, they make massive money, all right? And when I say paid advertisement, you got to understand sometimes they're not getting paid directly by the game dev. They're not. But they're still getting paid, whether it's via the contributions of the stream viewers or whatever, because they're getting the games early, right? No matter what, those people are making bank because they got the games early, and that's why they're doing it. Make no mistake. It's these people that are doing it because this is the way that they make a living. They basically cheat the system. They get shit early because they're the very, very exclusive special gamers of the internet. The people that are better than you and me, they deserve apparently to play games early. They get all the exclusive benefits. They get into the VIP sections of E3. These are the really high up gut people who really just deserve everything that they've been handed to them, right? Right. You know, me, I've been around the block for 10 years. I've busted my ass every single day making content for you guys. You know, being the honest guy. And as you guys know, I can be very, very honest. And a lot of the times I will ream a game developer if I feel that the game is not good or is not as good as it should have been or is a ripoff. I don't kiss ass. You guys know that. I do not kiss ass. And therefore, you're never going to see me getting any kinds of these opportunities because I am not an ass kisser. I'm not Mr. PG on stream. You know, I'm not the family-friendly guy. I'm an honest guy. That's how I've always made my living. That's how I got popular to begin with. You know what I mean? So, please understand, guys, that when you watch that content, go right ahead. I'm not going to be a person to tell you what to watch or what not to watch. That's up to you. But you got to make an active and informed decision on what you watch and who you contribute to. People who are getting games super early, who are doing super early reviews and are doing those early streams, early YouTube videos, are making tons of bank on those videos and streams. They're doing it for the money. They're not doing it for the love of anything. Okay? Right? And you got to understand that. You know? There are plenty of genuine people out there who you can support who aren't all about that. You know? I've personally made many decisions over the years that it could have made me tons of money, and I've decided against stuff. Being the kind of person I am, the opinionated person I am, has taken away opportunities for me over the years. But I'm going to be me. I'm going to be true to me. I'm not going to fucking become a complete PG sellout in order to start making bank. I could have, trust me. There was actually one, there was a 1 year where I was having a situation where basically I could have made a decision to kind of go PG. And I was getting a lot of opportunities where I could get games early and everything. And then I was getting opportunities to do sponsored stuff. And I made an active decision not to do it. And, you know, now I'm kind of where I am financially. And, you know, you could always say, look in retrospect, right? And say, man, Phil, you're stupid. You should have sold out. You should have become just like the rest of them. You should have been a washed out, generic guy who basically just makes content for the kiddies, right? And Mr. PG or whatever. And I could have done it. And I didn't. Okay? So, you know, it is what it is. I live with the consequences of my own decisions. All right, I do. But you got to understand that when you watch that stuff, that's what you're supporting. You're supporting washed out, paid advertisement, PG content. And if that's what you want, go ahead. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with you watching whatever you want. I'm not here to tell you what to watch. But my opinion is that that's garbage content. That's the downfall of every industry, right? Is when you have the genuine people who've been grinding it out and doing what they do for a long time, and they get overshadowed by the people who were handpicked by these companies to be the elitist guys and gals who get everything early and get paid, their pockets lined with money, for what? Just because they kiss games' asses, right? Well, great. If that's what you want the positive PG content constantly, go watch that crap, and that's all you're going to have left, you know? I said that on YouTube, too, back in the day, too. I said it's the same thing, right? It's going to be the same thing. Over and over and over, if that's what you support, you know. But whatever. People want the same, you know, whitewashed kind of content. If that's what you want, then go right ahead and keep supporting it. I don't know what else to say. Game Boy cheered and is referencing some kind of anime that I believe is an adult anime. Hilarious. And now he's banned from the stream chat, so goodbye. Thanos Swaggins has gave another $5 tip. Thank you again, Swaggins, for another tip today. And he says, what do you say to the people that play on PC and say consoles should die so it doesn't hinder the PC? I saw that for Cyberpunk. I can understand that to an extent, but it's very childish because not everyone takes gaming that seriously. Listen, I am of the belief that if you are spending a certain amount of money, all right, you should get the best gaming experience possible for that amount of money. So, if you have a high-end gaming PC, $2,000-$3,000 rig, top of the line, you want groundbreaking graphics in every game that you play, I could understand that. You did put in the effort and the money to get that best gaming experience. And it can be pretty frustrating if you spend the same amount of money, right, as anyone else, $60, you get a game and the game doesn't seem to run very well on your computer. You're like, why? And you find out, well, it's because this game is cross-platform and also on PS4 and Xbox One, and they had to basically make the game, dumb it down a bit to work on everything. This has always been a thing. All cross-platform games have always suffered from this. It's always been an issue where in order to get one consistent gameplay experience on all platforms, the game kind of has to get dumbed down to a certain level. Because let's face it, PCs would be the highest end. It would look amazing, right? Then you'd have those who have the PS4 Pro or the Xbox One X. They would have a different experience. Then you have the people who have the baseline PS4 and Xbox One. They would have a different experience. And then you've got the people who have the Switch who would have, again, another completely different experience. So you're talking to do a cross-platform game, you'd have to develop it for 4 completely different platforms. You see what I mean? That's a daunting task for any game developer, all right? But I have always been of the opinion that you should pay for what you get. So, for example, all right, Spider-Man. If Spider-Man runs absolutely insanely great on PC, it runs pretty good on PS4 Pro and Xbox One X. It runs all right on the PS4 and the Xbox One, and it runs like shit on the Switch. You shouldn't be paying the same price for that game on every platform, right? If they actively know the game performs worse on a platform, it should be cheaper on that platform, because that was the failure or the shortcoming of the game developer to make that game perform well on that platform, right? And you may say, oh, well, that's ridiculous, Phil. That's too demanding on the game developer. Fine, then the game developer shouldn't port the game to that console then, right? If they cannot make a game run properly on a certain platform, then don't port it to that platform. Okay? If you can't make it run good on the Switch, why the fuck are you selling the game on the Switch to begin with? You shouldn't be. And that's kind of my... you should not be paying $60 for the same exact experience on every platform, or else, if it's not equivalent, you shouldn't be paying $60. And if that means on PC, they charge $100 because the game runs nuts, on the Switch, they charge $20, and on, the PS4 Pro and Xbox One X, they charge $60. Okay, then. At least it's an equivalent experience, right? You pay for what you get. That's what I don't understand is, why are we all paying tons of money for inequivalent experiences? I've always been of the opinion that you shouldn't do that, okay? Now, in regards to what you said, Swaggins, you said, PC players say that consoles should just go away. That's ignorant. That's stupid and ignorant. That's an ignorant opinion. No, it's not the console owner's fault or the console player's fault that the games are dumbed down. It's the game developers. The game developer needs to figure out how to do this properly. And you can't just say, oh, just because another thing exists that the game is on, that it's their fault. No, it's the game developer's fault for not making the equivalent experience, okay? Again, if they can't make it a good experience, then don't sell it. But that's the thing. It's always a money grab. It's always, you know what I mean? It's always got to be make as much money as much as possible. And when you have that mindset, you're going to have shitty ports. You're just going to. All right. Okay. All right. Shout out to Ren Jesse James, who cheered. He says, how big are your spiders? I've gotten 3 to 4 inch spiders trying to break into my house in southern Nevada. I would say I've definitely seen them, when you're talking leg span, as big as 3 to 4 inches. Definitely. And they're a pain in the ass because sometimes they'll go way up on my high living room ceiling and I can't reach them. So I had to buy this spider killer that sprays like extra long to hit them. And then when they get hit, they kind of get paralyzed and they fall, and then I could get them. But it's a pain in the ass. They get big. It depends. When they're small, they're small. Little, they're as little as like an inch. Little guys. But if I let them grow, they can get quite big. So, all right. Shout out to Hill Hydra, who cheered, says, when is the next time you'll be doing Fire Pro Sims? Also, it's the Black Cat DLC they're working on. Oh, all right, not the Black DLC, the Black Cat DLC. Now I understand. When will I be doing the next Fire Pro Sims? When there's a reason to. Like, I really liked doing the Sims last week, and it was fun, but at the same time, the content was very limited. Like, I couldn't do tons of fantasy stuff because there wasn't that much created yet. I mean, Sims get better when you have more content. Excuse me, I got a hair on my phone here. When you have more content to put in them. Stupid hair, get the fuck out of here. Okay. And right now, Fire Pro is a relatively new game. In fact, as of today, it's only a week old, right? So it's going to take probably a few weeks to a few months for a wide variety of content to be released, content created, by the gamers themselves and uploaded to the community stuff. Once a lot of stuff is up there, I would consider doing it. Like, for example, maybe on Halloween, if there's enough content, maybe we'll do a simulation match, a horror simulation match as part of our Halloween horror marathon, where all the horror icons duke it out and fight each other in a crazy-ass death match, right? That could be pretty cool, right? And I think that's kind of maybe what I'll do. In particular, I can guarantee you probably at Christmas I'm doing it, because at Christmas I always do simulations, and I'm more than likely I'm getting WWE 2K19 this year because it has a story mode again. So I'll probably get it, and then I'll probably do, maybe for Christmas Sims, we could do a combination, maybe some stuff in WWE and some stuff in Fire Pro, for some really big hilarity, okay? So, yeah, pretty interesting that I'll have 2 wrestling games now to do Sims in moving forward. That's kind of cool. All right, shout out to Hail Hydra, who cheered and said 7K now. I don't know what that means. 7K now? If you can elaborate, I have no idea what that means, though. Maybe it went over my head, sorry. Iwojo just did a 30-bit cheers. If you think spiders are bad, try getting stung by a scorpion. It's extremely painful. Oh, yeah, listen. It's like I've said, I got spiders out here, but thank God they're not the kind that are aggressive, and they run. You see one, they will run like crazy. They're not going to come towards you or bite you or anything like that. Even when cornered, they're just trying to get away. These aren't the aggressive spiders. They're certainly not poisonous or anything. Yeah, scorpions, whew. That probably hurts like a fucker when you get stung by a scorpion. I mean, they got venom in their tail, and, they got pinchers, too, so those things are probably bad. And no, this is certainly not a desert climate where we're going to have scorpions out here, so we're lucky in that regard. Okay. All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, I think that has covered all of the contributions. I want to say thank you to everyone so far who has contributed today. Never mind. Hail Hydra just cheered. He says it was 5K, now 7K creations. I see what you're saying. You're talking about the number of creations that are available for Fire Pro. So in the 1 week's time, 2,000 new created things have been uploaded to the servers. That's cool. And I guarantee you, by the end of the year, it'll probably be like 10, 15,000. It'll be crazy like that. Especially around the holidays. People will start making holiday-themed stuff, I'm sure. So, yeah, we'll see how that goes. Excellent. Thank you for the cheer, Hail Hydra. All right, so, thank you guys very much for being supportive here on the pre-stream. I hope you guys enjoy this first session of Dragon Quest XI. I'm excited for it. I've never played a Dragon Quest game for the internet. So I love JRPGs. I've played Dragon Quest before, and I love the series. Seeing a modernized version could be pretty sweet. I can't wait. It's going to be basically like Final Fantasy 15 was sweet because I got to see modernized versions of all of the classic Final Fantasy enemies. Same thing with Dragon Quest. Like, I've played these older games, and I've never seen modernized versions. It's going to be cool to see 3D, rendered modern versions of these characters and these monsters and everything, So, pretty excited. Hope you guys are excited, too. All right, that is it. Thank you guys for your support, and it is time to begin with Dragon Quest, okay? Just a quick reminder, guys, I will be updating the stream stats leaderboard over the course of today. In fact, let me check sub count. I don't think that we had a new sub today yet. In fact, we went down one, which sucks. So, it sucks, but guys, we're close to hitting the goal. Please consider subbing. Let's make this sub goal happen, man. I want to do the Halloween event for sure, so let's make this sub goal happen. In addition to that, reminder, the best way that you can support me right now is by tipping me. If you tip me, it helps me out in the short-term issue I have with not having any ad revenue on YouTube for 3 weeks, and it'll allow me to get through that tough spot, all right? I'm hoping that I could get through this easily and, you know, get that payment from Twitch. Everything will be fine, so we'll see, all right? Lavrenti, boy, I can't say this guy's name. Lavrin Tiberia just cheered 50 bits and said Dragon Quest VIII was the best. I actually never played Dragon Quest VIII. I owned it. But here's what happened. This is a true story. So, it was in the mid-2000s, and I owned a PS2, and I was playing regular games on it, and I wanted at that point to play... Oh, hold on a second. I wanted to play a Dragon Ball game. There was this Dragon Ball game that was out for PS2, but it was only the Japanese version. They never released a localized version of the game. And so I found out there was a way to play imported games on your PS2, but it required modding the PS2. Like, you had to change the door. You had to change certain things to fool the PS2 from the region check. So I did this. I modded my PS2, and I was playing the Dragon Ball game, which was great. It was fun and everything. And then I bought Dragon Quest VIII when it was a new release. And I was actually very excited to play it. And I put it into the PS2, and the mod that I had installed, I guess, loosened or fell off, and it scratched the fuck out of my disc. I put it in, I was booting, and I heard like, I was like, what the fuck is that noise? I opened it up, the disc had these deep-ass fucking scratches. I was like, oh, fuck. So... I was never able to play Dragon Quest VIII because of that. I never went and bought another copy or anything. So it kind of sucks. It kind of sucks that happened. But I heard Dragon Quest VIII was quite good. Like, everyone said that game was amazing, and I missed out on it. Alright. I think it is now time to begin with Dragon Quest XI. Thank you guys for your support, and let's end the pre-stream. Let's get the show on the road. Here we go.